Hey everyone. Hi Taurus. Excuse me. Good morning. Happy mid-month. Now, anyone new to Opal Oracle, welcome. So nice to have you. And anyone returning, hi there, of course. Now, there was a message in the beginning where something about, and I'll actually tell you how I got this message, because I feel like you can learn like this too, right? We all can. Crow. But I woke up this morning and I put on this shirt and I have a pair of blue jeans on, and it's just I realized that I've been wearing the same outfit since I was a kid, really. The same style, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's something about that with you too. Not that you have to change your style, but maybe just recognizing, leave that alone, baby. Just recognizing that there are parts of us as humans that don't change, right? And some things that need to change. It's okay that things stay the same, when we're talking about because we talk about change a lot, right? And things that need to shift and move and da-da-da-da-da. But it's also important, particularly you as a sign, for the collective to embrace the parts of you that are beautiful the way that they are, and they're allowed to stay, right? Of course, they'll shift and morph a bit, but they can stay, right? Crows always caw the same. All right, let's see what you got for cards. What you want? Knight of Wands, awesome. What you need? The Sun. First message, if you want more energy, you literally need to be in the sun more, okay? Receive some sort of oomph about that. What's helping you? 9 of Cups. What's hindering you some? 9 of Swords. What you're learning about? Judgment. And the overarching energy is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, I also, you and Aquarius, I believe, received 2 of the Marielle Tarot. This is, I'm picking extra cards about the Venus retrograde, but of course it will relate to everything. You're also ruled by Venus, and it's Libra season, right? Which also is ruled by Venus. It's about love. Because it's retrograde and it's in Scorpio, it's a lot. You received the 9 of Swords, which Virgo also received. So, of course, because the card is exact, 1 out of 78, they have something to tell you. Of course, it could be, especially if it's in your chart in a prominent place. You also received the 6 of Swords, which technically is Archangel Raphael. Okay, he helps these blind children to see. This is very much about healing. This is he's one of the healers, okay? You have and let's not forget, these are the same 9 of Swords. I really want you to watch that Virgo video, because I don't want to ultimately repeat what was in that, because although we are the same, it is separate, okay? No need to be redundant. So, well, I see you want more energy. Now, you want more, better direction, too, in something, okay? Now, almost everyone in their want position received a character looking into the past, okay? But you have you have 3 major arcana here: the Sun, Judgment, and the Wheel of Fortune. What you need is this Sun. Again, I heard a very blatant, simple message. You need more sunlight. Doesn't matter if you are closer to the Arctic and it's starting to become cold, whatever. There's something really important about having that sun in your, on your skin, right? This little babe. You need the sun on your skin. That'll also give you more inspiration, I heard. Like, just being out of doors, okay? Also, spreading your arms. You know, something like... Oh, it's morning. It feels good. You know, do you stretch? What do you do when you wake up, too, right? Because we wake up with the sun. This is what you need. What do? Do you stretch when you wake up? Because you should. You rule the body, right? You also rule the neck. So, like, there's a lot of opening that up. Because with computers and cell phones and this little detail work we do, a lot of us, well, it's all in here. This isn't attractive, nor is it good for your throat chakra, okay? There is a message in your other read. I actually recorded you before, but it doesn't show it here as much. It was giving, the reading before was giving you a little bit of shit about really focusing on your responsibilities before you attend to what you think is fun. And it was really driving it home, okay? But then it was also like, hey girl, you got something in your foot? Hold on. You okay? Hey. She'll figure it out. What would dogs do without their owners? You know? We always want to be in charge of stuff, right? Now, because you have 3 9s on the board, that's 27, it equals a 9 again. Nine is about going almost all the way around. You're almost completed, then we hit the 10. So there's something ultimately about timing. This is also the 10th month. Hold on a second, I do want to check because... Hey, let me see. Is it okay? You got something in there? Just a minute. Is it okay? Sorry, Taurus. Hold on. I don't see anything. You okay? What do they call those little fox gloves? They can get in their feet and get really infected. I didn't see nothing. Alright, we don't need a metaphor for that one. So, what's helping you is that, well, your own emotional state in this time is helping you. Okay? Being really appreciative for what it is that you have. Also, because you have these 2 9s, which one do you want? Right? There could also be a sort of a fluctuation because it's Libra season and it's about the scales. Aries had a strong message about a swing of emotions. Somebody else received a Bible verse that was the bird song about, Leo, every season, turn, you know. There is a reason, turn. But it's like a time of war, a time of peace, a time of love, a time of hate. Like, there's these opposites, right? These polarities, but understanding that those ebb and flow all the time in life, right? And then it's about having what you're learning about is having appropriate judgment to, like, why that's happening, whether that's within you or someone else. And I heard what you can do about it and what you cannot. I think, hey, all right, enough. It's enough. You're being obsessive. You get a Virgo moon, relax. Sorry. You know, maybe you got to tell somebody like that, or maybe you got to talk to yourself like that when it comes to the thing that you're obsessive about, because sometimes you do become your fixed earth. You know, once you get settled on something, the opposite is Scorpio. Once you get settled on something, you can get settled on it, but it really depends which way you want to be settled about it. Okay, there's a choice in everything. And how do you take it when someone says something stern to you? Also, how do you say it real square? You know, maybe there's something about that too. Now, there's something where, because technically this is what is hindering you, okay? Which is about not telling people what you're thinking about, not telling people what you feel, being really internal about the pain. And not that you're not allowed to process it in that way, it may be your natural way to do so. Maybe to the external world, you're like, la-di-la-la. And the internal world is like, oh, God, save me. Save me. But the thing is if you don't let this settle so hard at the bottom, just like come crashing down to the base of your, you know, you also rule, what's it called? The cerebellum? Is that the part of the brain that you rule? Right back here. Well, an extra card came out, and I was wondering, and it was the Ace of Swords upon this 9, okay? Which collectively make a 10, which is about closing it out. This Ace of Swords also is about through October, particularly, there's some worry and some anxiety and sort of, you could also, what's hindering too with this card is you could not be sleeping as well as you should be. Maybe you need a better sleep schedule. Maybe you need to get more, what you want is to get more exercise too, like exert more energy, right? People don't generally go jogging and do vigorous things in the night. It doesn't make sense. We're supposed to sleep at night. That's how God made us. We're not nocturnal. So we can't see at nighttime, right? Well, you and Scorpio can see the best at nighttime, but the point is that you usually would do that sort of thing during the day. If you exercise physically more, you always sleep better. It's just the way that it goes. That could also be something that'll help clear that worry out, okay? I also see just talking about when you're stuck. It's really not a big deal. Again, we've talked about this before. You don't have to be a blubbering mess. You don't have to change, like, how you function as a human being innately, psychologically, you know, depending on whatever your astrological makeup is. But, like, let it out a little at a time, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. You're allowed to speak your mind. It's Mercury and Scorpio anyway. You're going to say it real square. Everybody is. And with Mercury and Venus, you're going to say it real square and really honest. It's a lot about honesty. This is all about honesty, you know? But you win through this kind of honesty. You have to cut things out to be able to find the truth, but then you find it. Now, there's no pentacles here, okay? Except for, there was 2 extra cards that came out. This is what you want. I was wondering what he was going towards. Well, look at this. Obviously, if you want to do better in your money, you have to put the time, you can't just want, well, how do I want to say it? Wherever you put your energy, your time into something, okay, this is what it is. If you want something, say you're, okay, my homegirl, when I lived in New York City, it's It's hellish to try to date there. It's insane and actually kind of impossible. But the point is that, you know, I really wanted to date at that time, like, someone normal. And this is just one example. But, like, you know, no one, particularly in New York City, right? It's an extreme example. No one's going to come knocking on your door and be like, hey, I heard you're single. You know? You want to go out forever? You know? Or you want a job in New York? You want to make money? You know? And again, this is an extreme example. So wherever you live, whether you do or don't live there, it's all relative. So whatever it is that you want, you can't expect it to just come knocking on your door. You have to put in the energy and the effort into it. And I see that for you to receive what it is that you want to, you have to know when to put energy forth towards things and when to take care of your responsibilities, like your wants and because your wants and your needs are very different. Okay? And overall, to receive the necessity, there's a need to have positivity about that. Okay? Like keep this mentality, keep this emotion, keep this energy going of I can do it. Everything's going to be fine. You know, of course you can't say everything's going to be fine and not do something, but we just discussed this. You know, because you're showing up as a knight, yes. And when I shuffled for you, I shuffled earlier, and this was on the bottom of the deck, and I asked if the cards were for you. I was shuffling for you, and it said no. So I redid them again. Underneath that Five of Pentacles is the Magician and the Three of Wands. Okay? So when it comes to money, like, it's not going to show up just because you're like, I want it. I'm going to sit here and just wait for it, my lottery check to show up. Like, there's something really illogical here about how you achieve something without putting in the effort, without asking for help, without working together with other people, right? It's not that you're not able to do many things on your own, right? Of course you can. But everybody needs help. Scorpio, your opposite sign, had a lot about this. There's something, and because it is your opposite, I'll let you know what one of their main messages was, and it was that there's something that you can't do on your own. There's something that you need someone else to help you with to be able to get to the next step, but there's something about it that you're not really willing, you don't really want to admit that. You want to do it by yourself. Even bulls don't really hang out with other bulls. You know? Like, I would never see a bull being like, oh, I can't do this. Can you help me? So maybe there's something about that. Like, how do you ask for help too? Right? Because maybe that's something that blocks you. You're like, I can do it all by myself. I can do it. But why wouldn't you just say, like, I really, because this will also help your relationships, you know, like expressing what it is that you need, and then, oh look, the Nine of Swords end up in the reverse. If you ask for what it is that you need, then you're able to, it'll open your eyes to brand new opportunities. I also see asking God too, you know, asking your angels or your ancestors, whoever it is you communicate with. That's a way to express maturity. Okay? But not asking for things. Of course, you got to be logical about them, right? That's why that Ace of Swords is here too. All right, so for everyone else, I chose from the Warrior of Light. You are going to receive this book from 1849. It's actually it's called an Odd Fellow Offering. Let's see, Taurus. Okay. This is called An Offering to Odd Fellowship by Mrs. E.M. Seymour. Hey, it's okay. It's okay, Zumi. Just leave it be. It says, a tribute meet for your prized offering. And had I power to cull from all things fair, I'd bring you treasures beautiful and rare. Thoughts of immortal mold and heavenly birth, with all things pure and beautiful of earth. I'd catch the hue with every green gem does wear, and blend it with the fragrance of each flower, while every note by wild bird warbled sweet, should each trembling whisper zephyr meet. And the mild radiance of the stars above should mirror forth the light of truth and love. But no poet's skill was ever mine, a wreath of beauty or a love to twine. Plain, prosy thoughts are all I have to bring. In common measure, all my words I sing. I feel like I need to read you this whole thing. It continues on. There is an altar where in union sweet all the loved virtues and the graces meet. On hope's fast anchored rock its pillars rise, and living faith points upward to the skies. Here love and friendship wait their vows to pay, and truth eternal shines with undimmed ray. Full many a tribute graces this fair shrine, and here, though all unmeet, I would place mine. 'Tis but a wish, a feverish wish, a prayer, that round that altar, rising firm and fair, earth's earring, E-R-R-I-N-G, earring, earth's earring millions may together meet, and all their strifes and enmities forget. Each find in each brother and a friend, through life and friendship till life shall end. And when earth's strifes and conflicts are over, and all have met upon the eternal shore, then may the faith and hope which rest in heaven be to each soul as a firm anchor given. In each home in the pure realms above, receive through Jesus all atoning love. This was written in May, your birth month, in 1848, in Syracuse, New York. You know, maybe writing's important to you. This is a different kind of writing, too. You know, this is a time when a lot of children didn't go to school, but apparently they're quite educated, right? So I heard don't judge yourself also to whatever that societal positioning is, okay? Just be true to yourself. And if you are feeling stuck, particularly any fears that you have, those of you who believe in Raphael, I see that he's helpful. Or whoever your ancestors or, again, angels are, God, whoever your God is. It's good to know who it is, what it is, right? Because that's what makes us stable, faith, right? It helps us heal the past. All right, take care, okay? Oh, I almost forgot. You have a full moon in your sign on the 25th of October. So enjoy it. Of course, it'll affect all of you differently in your chart, wherever it's transiting, but that'll help you figure out, depending on what house it's transiting through, like what you'll really be the most efficient way to close something. But either way, it's just a lot about your I possess. So we're completing something about a possession, right? We're returning something so that we can make space to have more, right? Clearing something out. All right, take care. Peace.